Over the course of the weekend, Triller hosted a big event with the main fight on everyone's mind being the problem child Jake Paul versus former UFC fighter Ben Askren. It was definitely a fight that was highly anticipated as the two of them took over the news cycle with their constant harassment of one another. Although right when the fight ended, there was speculation that the event was rigged for Jake to win. I'm going to dive into all the details in a moment, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please smash that like button, we would really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Now, like I said, this night was an even bigger success for Triller because the underdog YouTube star was able to knock out Ben Askren in a really short amount of time. When Ben tried to get back to his feet, the referee came over to check on him and later stated that he did not appear like he could continue. After allowing some space between the fighters, he gives Ben a moment to walk towards him, and with a slight stumble, the ref calls it a TKO. Then Jake is so overcome with emotion that he lets out this wild crying scream. I mean, it was probably a good call for the ref to stop the fight because if it continued, it could have very well turned into another meme like what happened with Nate Robinson, which, in my opinion, is much worse than being accused of tricking people into watching a fight that was rigged from the start. A lot of people online are saying that Ben took the L for an easy payday, and you gotta admit, for a former UFC fighter, he went down pretty quick. Unless Jake Paul's punches are just that deadly. But then there's another thing that definitely deserves some questioning. When in all of your days on this earth have you ever witnessed a boxing match that ended with credits of who wrote and directed it? Never. The answer is never. Unless you're watching the WWE, I've never seen a fight end with a writer credit. That being said, Ben Askren probably lost that fight because A, he underestimated Jake's punching power, and B, he did not look like he got in shape at all for the fight. Jake, on the other hand, had not stopped training since his last fight with Nate Robinson. That alone is enough to win the fight, but rigged boxing matches are definitely nothing new, so I don't want to just rule that out right away either. You see, the reason why it's suspicious is because you have to also take into consideration the amount of money put into this fight. Triller was dropping mad checks to have the biggest stars possible, but I think they knew that what would really draw the most amount of people is to entice the Jake Paul haters. He loves to be a villain, so it's easy for him to redirect that hate into dollar signs, and that's exactly what he did. He knew people wanted to see him get knocked out, and you know what? If he doesn't get knocked out, then people are just going to keep tuning into these events hoping this will be the time that it happens. Reality is they are just milking your money in pay-per-view costs and duping you into placing bets on the person Jake is facing. I also imagine that a lot of people probably lost money because they bet on Ben Askren. Therefore, they need to come up with a reason that they lost their money. It couldn't have just been because Jake was the better fighter, it must have been rigged. The real thing though that made people think this fight was rigged was when they saw Ben grinning ear to ear and celebrating with his family after getting knocked out. However, in conclusion, I really think that this narrative being tossed around that the fight was rigged is simply a coping mechanism for the people that either wanted to see Jake get knocked out or lost a ton of money because of the result. And Ben Askren was most likely smiling because he just made a bunch of money in a very short amount of time. Either way, I'd love to hear what you think about this, so drop us a comment down below with your own theories. And while you ponder that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled "Florida Woman Claims a Baby Dinosaur Ran Across Her Yard." Sounds about Florida. Corey with a Y no E says, "I clicked as soon as I saw the words Florida woman because I just had to see what this would be." You know, as soon as you see the words Florida man, Florida woman, it's gonna be a good story. Jay Moore says, "Sand cranes walk a lot and turkeys. Could be a bandana on a floofy dog too. Also, certain colors look white on cameras like that." Hey, I didn't even think of that, so I appreciate your comment. Like I said, it's probably just a dog. Foky and Flame says, "Damn it, Elon, always leaving his gate open." I swear, if Elon Musk has a baby dinosaur running around and he just let that thing out, I don't know what's coming next. Aliens? Can aliens just come now? Bows and Bell says, "You talking about them things from Jurassic Park." One of my favorite TikToks. Thank you, that comment actually wins the day. Your comment of the day. Crystal Smith says, "I'm in Florida and can confirm that it's definitely a raptor." Hey. We got news from the ground that it was definitely a baby dinosaur, so case closed, guys. But either way, that has been today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube. Titled "Florida Woman Claims a Baby Dinosaur." Let me take that again.